Even the strongest hearts break. Even the most beloved souls suffer. In the 10th year of the message, the prophet, peace be upon him and grant him peace, lost everything. His protector, his beloved wife. The prophet, peace be upon him and grant him peace, kneels in the moonlit desert. His tears fall into the dust. He had delivered the truth, but the world answered with cruelty. The boycott came first. A siege not of swords, but silence, starvation, humiliation, entire families cast out. Then came death. Abu Talib, the shield, gone. Khadijah, may God be pleased with her, the light of his life, gone. The world collapsed, but he did not. This is the year of sorrow, and the man who still stood tall. This is the year that tested his soul and proved his strength. For 3 long years, they were cast into the canyon, not for a crime, but for belief. No food, no trade, no mercy. The prophet, peace be upon him and grant him peace, his family, even those who didn't follow his message, imprisoned in a narrow valley. Shi'b Abi Talib, they chewed on dry leaves, boiled leather for soup, watched their children cry themselves to sleep, and yet they did not turn back. In the heart of the valley stood a woman who once wore silk, and now she has nothing. Khadijah, may God be pleased with her, the queen of Mecca, the first believer, the prophet's heart. She gave everything, her gold, her strength, her final breath, for the truth, and never once did she complain. The pact that starved children, that silenced believers, that choked mercy from Mecca, was sealed and placed in the Kaaba. But when they opened it, they found only dust. Termites had eaten every word of tyranny, except one, in your name, O Allah. And just like that, the boycott ended, but not before leaving scars that would never fade. He was more than an uncle. He was a shield, a father, the one who stood between the prophet and Mecca's wrath. Now, he lay dying. Muhammad, peace be upon him and grant him peace, said softly, say just one word, and I will plead for you before Allah. But from the shadows came doubt. Abu Lahab, don't betray your ancestors. Abu Talib, faintly, I die on the path of Abdul Muttalib. And then, silence. The man who protected truth was gone. And then came the hardest goodbye. Khadijah, may God be pleased with her, the first to believe in him, the one who stood beside him when the world turned away. His sanctuary, his home, his heart. She gave everything for the truth, her wealth, her comfort, her life. Now, she returned to her Lord, and in that quiet room, the prophet, peace be upon him and grant him peace, wept. The streets once honored him. Now, they turned their backs. No uncle to protect him, no wife to comfort him, just a man, carrying the heaviest truth, with no hand to hold. Mockery and stones followed his steps. Spit landed at his feet. And yet, he did not curse. He did not quit. He did not break. In the loneliest streets of Mecca, he walked on, because the mission was not over. When the world turns away, faith keeps walking. His wife was gone, his uncle gone, and his city no longer a home. And yet, he stood beneath the open sky and whispered not to people, but to Allah alone. Muhammad, soft, broken whisper, O Allah, I complain to you of my weakness, my lack of options, my helplessness before men. With no one left to turn to, he prostrated, with no plan in sight. He placed his trust, because even when the world turns away, his Lord never did. And with every heartbreak came a greater plan. So, he looked outward, toward a new city, new hearts. Al-Taif. He walked, with hope, that somewhere, someone would listen. would shelter the truth, would protect the message. But what he found was rejection even harsher than Mecca. Still, even at his lowest moment, a miracle bloomed in the heart of an orchard. Next time, Al Taif, the trial and the orchard, and the supplication that shook the heavens.